Maya Collins stood in front of the mirror in her small cabin and touched her pointed ears. She always felt nervous when meeting new aliens. Her mixed blood made her different from other humans on the ship. Her mother was human, and her father was an elf from the forest worlds. This made her special, but also made her worry about what others thought. The alarm bells rang through the ship. Captain Lisa Harper called all crew members to the main deck. Maya grabbed her toolkit and ran down the long hallways of the starship, Endeavor. Other crew members were running too. Everyone looked excited and scared. When Maya reached the main deck, she saw something amazing through the big windows. An alien ship floated near them in space. The ship looked like it was made of crystal and light. It was beautiful and strange. Maya had never seen anything like it before. Captain Harper stood at the front of the room. She was a strong woman who had been in space for many years. She always kept her crew safe. Lisa looked at everyone and spoke in her clear voice. The alien ship sent a message. They wanted to meet and talk. They said they came in peace. They called themselves the Andromedian people. They had traveled very far to find humans. Maya felt her heart beat fast. First contact with a new alien race was always dangerous. Some aliens were friendly and some were not, but this was her job. She was the engineer who helped aliens understand human technology. The alien shuttle came to their ship and docked. Maya could hear the metal connecting sounds. She stood with the other crew members as they waited. Dr. Amanda Stone held her medical scanner ready. She was the ship doctor who studied alien life forms. Commander Jake Miller stood near the captain with his hand on his weapon. The doors opened and 7 tall beings walked into their ship. Maya stopped breathing for a moment. The aliens were the most beautiful creatures she had ever seen. They were much taller than humans. Their skin was blue and silver and seemed to shine with its own light. They had 4 arms instead of 2. Their faces were kind, but also very intelligent. The leader of the aliens stepped forward. She was even more beautiful than the others. Her eyes were large and bright like stars. When she spoke, her voice sounded like music. "My name is Zara Velthari," she said. "I speak for my people. We have come very far to meet the humans. We have heard stories about your kind. You are young, but you are brave. You explore the stars even though you are still learning." Captain Harper stepped forward and smiled. "Welcome to our ship," she said. "I am Captain Lisa Harper. We are happy to meet your people. We hope we can be friends." Zara looked around at all the humans. Her bright eyes stopped when she saw Maya. She stared at Maya for a long moment. Maya felt strange under that gaze. It was like Zara could see inside her mind. "You are different," the alien said to Maya. "You have the blood of 2 peoples. This is very interesting. In our culture, we believe that mixed blood makes a person stronger and wiser." Maya felt her face turn red. She was not used to aliens noticing her mixed heritage right away. Most humans saw her pointed ears and treated her differently. But Zara seemed to think it was a good thing. The meeting continued for several hours. The humans and aliens shared information about their worlds and technology. Zara and her people were very smart. They had been traveling in space for thousands of years. They had seen many worlds and met many different alien races. Maya showed them how human engines worked. The aliens were surprised by how simple but effective human technology was. They said humans were very creative with basic tools. This made Maya feel proud. Zara asked many questions about human culture. She wanted to know how humans lived and worked together. She was especially interested in how humans and elves had learned to live on the same worlds. As the day ended, Zara walked over to Maya. The alien woman was so tall that Maya had to look up to see her face. Zara smiled, and Maya noticed that her teeth were very white and perfect. Engineer Collins Zara said in her musical voice. "Your mixed nature interests me very much. In our society, we celebrate when different peoples come together. It creates new possibilities and new strength." Maya nodded but did not know what to say. She had never met an alien who thought her mixed blood was special. Zara continued speaking. Tomorrow, I would like to invite you to share a meal with me in my quarters. I want to learn more about how human and elf cultures work together. I think you could teach me many things about cooperation between different peoples. Maya was surprised by the invitation. She thought Zara was just being polite and diplomatic. It seemed like a normal thing for aliens to do when they first met humans. She did not know that in Zara's culture, inviting someone for a private meal meant something very different and very important. I would be happy to have dinner with you, Maya said. I can tell you about growing up with two different cultures. It has not always been easy, but it has taught me many things. Zara smiled again, and her eyes seemed to glow brighter. Excellent, she said. I will prepare something special for tomorrow evening. I think we will have much to discuss. After the aliens returned to their ship, Maya went back to her cabin. She felt excited and nervous about the dinner invitation. She had no idea that she had just accepted much more than a simple diplomatic meal. She did not know that among Zara's people, such an invitation was the first step toward something much deeper and more meaningful than friendship. Maya spent the whole next day thinking about her dinner with Zara. She tried to focus on her work, but her mind kept wandering. She had never had a private meal with an alien before. She wondered what Zara's people ate and if human food would taste good to them. Dr. Amanda Stone found Maya in the engine room that afternoon. Amanda was curious about the alien biology and had been studying the scans from yesterday's meeting. Their physiology is fascinating, Amanda said. They have two hearts, and their blood carries much more oxygen than ours. Their brain structure is also very complex. I think they might be telepathic. Maya looked up from the engine she was fixing. Telepathic, she asked. You mean they can read minds? Possibly, Amanda replied. The scans showed unusual brain activity when they were near us, especially when Zara was looking at you. There was a lot of neural activity in areas we associate with empathy and emotional bonding. Maya felt nervous. She had not told anyone about how strange she felt when Zara looked at her. It was like the alien could see right through her. Now Amanda was saying that Zara might actually be able to read her thoughts. When evening came, Maya put on her best uniform and walked to the guest quarters. She had brought a small gift of human chocolate. She hoped Zara would like it. The corridor was quiet, and Maya could hear her own footsteps echoing. She pressed the door chime and waited. When the door opened, Maya gasped. The room had been completely changed. What used to be a simple guest room now looked like a garden from another world. Plants with glowing leaves hung from the ceiling. Soft blue and purple lights filled the air. The whole room smelled like flowers and fresh rain. Zara stood in the center of the room wearing a flowing robe that seemed to change colors as she moved. She looked even more beautiful than before. Her four arms moved gracefully as she gestured for Maya to enter. Welcome, Maya, Zara said with her musical voice. I hope you like what I have done with the space. I wanted you to feel comfortable. Maya walked into the room feeling amazed. It is incredible, she said. How did you do all this in one day? My people have learned to carry our gardens with us wherever we go, Zara explained. We have been traveling in space for so long that we need to bring nature with us to feel at home. Zara led Maya to a low table, surrounded by soft cushions. The table was set with crystal dishes and cups that seemed to glow from within. There were foods that Maya had never seen before. Some looked like fruits, but glowed with soft light. Others moved slightly as if they were still alive. Please sit, Zara said. I have prepared foods from many worlds. Some are from my home planet, and some are from places we have visited in our travels. Maya sat down carefully on one of the cushions. She watched as Zara used all four of her arms to serve the meal. Each movement was smooth and graceful like a dance. In my culture, Zara said as she filled Maya's cup with a liquid that sparkled like stars, we believe that sharing food is very important. When two people eat together, they are sharing more than just nutrition. They are sharing trust and openness. Maya took a sip from her cup. The liquid tasted sweet and made her feel warm all over. "That sounds beautiful," she said. "In human culture, we also share meals to show friendship." Zara paused and looked directly at Maya. Her bright eyes seemed to study Maya's face. "But this is more than friendship, Maya," she said softly. "When someone from my people invites another person to share a private meal like this, it means we are interested in forming a deeper bond." Maya nearly choked on her drink. "A deeper bond?" she asked. "What do you mean?" Zara's expression became serious. "Among my people, when we recognize someone who could be a good life partner, we begin with a sharing of sustenance. Your acceptance of my invitation tells me that you are also interested in exploring a romantic connection." Maya felt her face turn red and her heart started beating very fast. "I think there has been a misunderstanding," she said quickly. "When humans accept dinner invitations, it is usually just about friendship or diplomacy. I did not know that your people see it differently." Zara tilted her head to one side. Her expression changed from serious to curious. "So you are not interested in me as a potential mate?" she asked. Maya did not know what to say. The truth was that she found Zara fascinating and beautiful, but she had never thought about having a romantic relationship with an alien. She had also never been invited to be someone's mate after knowing them for only one day. "I barely know you," Maya said honestly. "In human culture, people usually spend a long time getting to know each other before they think about becoming life partners." Zara nodded slowly. "I see," she said. "Our cultures are very different. My people can sense compatibility very quickly through what you might call telepathic connection. When I first saw you yesterday, I felt a strong resonance between our minds and spirits." Maya remembered what Dr. Amanda Stone had said about Zara possibly being telepathic. "Can you really read my mind?" she asked. "Not exactly," Zara replied. "I can sense emotions and general thoughts, but I cannot read specific details. When I look at you, I feel curiosity, kindness, and strength. I also sense that you have felt alone because of your mixed heritage. This draws me to you because I understand what it feels like to be different." Maya was surprised by how accurate Zara's reading was. She had always felt like she did not fully belong with either humans or elves. Her mixed blood made her different from both groups. "You are right," she admitted. "Sometimes I do feel like I do not fit in anywhere. Humans see my pointed ears and think, I am strange. Elves think I am too human. It can be lonely." Zara reached across the table with one of her hands and gently touched Maya's fingers. "This is why I believe we could be good together," she said. "I have been alone for a very long time. My people live for thousands of years, and finding someone compatible is very rare. When I sensed your loneliness and strength, I hoped that maybe we could help each other not feel so alone." Maya looked into Zara's bright eyes and felt something she had never experienced before. There was a warmth and understanding there that made her feel safe and accepted. Maybe this alien woman really could understand her in ways that others could not. "I would like to learn more about you," Maya said carefully, "but I need time to understand all of this. Human relationships develop slowly. We need to build trust and friendship first." Zara smiled and her whole face seemed to glow. "Of course," she said. "I do not want to rush you or make you uncomfortable. Perhaps we can spend time together and learn about each other's cultures. If a deeper connection develops naturally, then we will welcome it. If not, then I hope we can at least become good friends." Maya felt relieved. She had been worried that she had offended Zara or created a diplomatic problem. Instead, it seemed like they could work through their cultural differences and get to know each other properly. They spent the rest of the evening talking about their different worlds and experiences. Maya learned that Zara was not just a diplomat, but also a scientist and explorer. She had visited hundreds of planets and studied dozens of alien cultures. Zara learned that Maya had grown up feeling different, but that this had made her good at understanding and working with people from many backgrounds. When the evening ended, Maya felt like she had made a new friend. She also felt something else that she could not quite name. There was definitely something special about Zara that made her want to spend more time with the alien woman. Maya woke up the next morning feeling happy and confused. She had enjoyed her evening with Zara more than she expected. The alien woman was intelligent and kind and seemed to understand Maya in ways that few people ever had. But Maya was still not sure what to think about Zara's romantic interest. She was getting dressed when the alarm bells started ringing throughout the ship. The sound meant immediate danger. Maya grabbed her tools and ran toward the bridge. In the corridors, other crew members were running and shouting orders. On the bridge, Captain Lisa Harper stood looking at the main screen with a worried expression. Commander Jake Miller was at his station checking weapon systems. Dr. Amanda Stone was also there looking frightened. "What is happening?" Maya asked as she joined them. "Long-range sensors detected 3 large ships approaching our position," Harper replied. "They are moving fast, and their configuration matches Chronari raider vessels." Maya felt her blood turn cold. Everyone in space knew about the Chronari raiders. They were a violent alien race that captured other beings and sold them as slaves. They were cruel and had powerful weapons. Their ships were much stronger than most human vessels. "How long until they reach us?" Maya asked. "About 2 hours," Harper said. "I have already sent distress signals to nearby human ships, but none are close enough to help us in time." Zara appeared on the bridge with 2 of her people. Her beautiful face looked serious and determined. "Captain Harper," she said, "we received your distress signal. My ship is also in danger from these raiders. Can your ship fight them?" Harper asked hopefully. Zara shook her head. "Our vessel is designed for exploration and diplomacy, not for battle. We have some defensive systems, but we cannot stand against 3 Chronari ships. However, there may be another option." Everyone on the bridge turned to look at Zara. Maya noticed that the alien woman's eyes seemed brighter than usual, and her 4 hands were moving in patterns that looked like she was thinking very hard. "My people have developed advanced defensive technologies," Zara continued. "We can create energy shields that adapt and change to protect against different types of weapons. But these systems require a special kind of connection between an Andromedian and someone with telepathic abilities." Harper frowned. "None of my crew are telepathic," she said. "Humans do not have those abilities." Zara looked directly at Maya. "That is not entirely true," she said. "Elven genetics carry latent psionic potential. In someone with mixed human and elf heritage, these abilities could be activated under the right circumstances." Maya felt everyone staring at her. She had always known that elves had some mental abilities that humans did not possess, but she had never shown any signs of telepathic powers herself. "I am not telepathic," Maya said. "I have never been able to read minds or move objects with my thoughts." Dr. Amanda Stone stepped forward. "The latent abilities might only emerge under extreme stress or with the right kind of stimulation," she said. "But activating dormant, psionic abilities could be very dangerous. We do not know what it might do to your brain or nervous system." Zara walked closer to Maya. Her expression was serious but also gentle. "I will not lie to you about the risks," she said. "Creating a neural link with me could damage your mind or even kill you. But if we do nothing, the Chronari will capture or kill all of us. At least this way we have a chance to save everyone." Maya looked around the bridge at her friends and crewmates. These people had become like family to her over the years. She could not let them be captured by raiders without trying to help. "What exactly would I need to do?" Maya asked. Zara explained that they would need to create a direct mental connection between their minds. This would allow Maya to access Zara's knowledge of Andromedian technology and help her control the defensive systems. but the process would be dangerous and the connection might become permanent. Commander Jake Miller stepped forward. "This is insane," he said. "We cannot ask Maya to risk her life like this. There has to be another way." The ship shook suddenly as something hit their shields. Everyone grabbed onto nearby consoles to keep from falling. On the main screen, they could see 3 dark shapes approaching. The Chronari ships were larger and more heavily armed than anyone had expected. "They are firing warning shots," Harper said grimly. "They want us to surrender." Another blast hit the ship, and this time the lights flickered. The Chronari were not just sending warnings anymore. They were beginning their attack. Maya made her decision quickly. "If there is a chance that I can protect everyone, then I have to try," she said. "I will not let these raiders capture my friends." Zara's eyes seemed to glow with respect and something else that Maya could not identify. "Your courage honors both our peoples," she said softly. "But I must tell you something important. Among my people, creating a neural link is not just a technical procedure. It creates a permanent bond between 2 minds. If we survive this, you will always carry a part of my consciousness with you, and I will carry part of yours." Maya nodded, even though her hands were shaking. She understood that she was agreeing to much more than just a dangerous procedure. She was agreeing to link her mind permanently with an alien woman she had only known for 2 days. The ship shook again, and this time the damage was more serious. Sparks flew from several control panels, and the main lights went out. Emergency lighting cast red shadows across the bridge. "We need to do this now," Harper said. "Our shields are failing, and we cannot take much more damage." Zara led Maya to the ship's medical bay. Dr. Amanda Stone followed them with her medical equipment. The alien woman had brought some of her own devices that looked like crystals connected to thin metal wires. Maya lay down on the medical table and tried to calm her racing heart. Zara stood beside her and gently placed her primary hands on Maya's temples. Her skin felt warm and seemed to tingle with energy. "Are you ready?" Zara asked softly. Maya looked into Zara's bright eyes and saw concern and affection there. She realized that the alien woman cared about her and did not want to see her hurt. This gave Maya courage. "I am ready," she said. Zara closed her eyes, and Maya felt something strange happening in her mind. It was like a door was opening that she had never known existed. Suddenly, she could sense Zara's thoughts and emotions. She could feel the alien woman's centuries of experience and knowledge flowing into her consciousness. The sensation was overwhelming at first. Maya's mind was filled with images of distant worlds and alien technologies. She saw Zara's memories of growing up on a planet of crystal cities. She felt Zara's loneliness during long journeys through space and her excitement at meeting the humans. But gradually, Maya learned to control the flow of information. She focused on Zara's knowledge of defensive systems and began to understand how the Andromedian technology worked. It was complex but beautiful, like everything else about Zara's people. Through their mental link, Maya could feel the ship's computer systems. She could sense the Chronari weapons firing at them and the human shields trying to protect the vessel. Using Zara's knowledge, she began to modify the shield systems. The changes were amazing. Instead of simple energy barriers, the shields became something alive and intelligent. They learned from each attack and adapted to protect against the next one. The Chronari weapons that had been damaging the ship suddenly became useless. On the bridge, Captain Harper watched in amazement as her ship not only survived the attack but began to fight back. The modified shields were reflecting the Chronari weapons, back at their own ships. The raiders had never seen anything like it. Maya felt her consciousness expand beyond anything she had ever imagined possible. Through the neural link with Zara, she could perceive the entire battle happening around them. She sensed every energy blast from the Chronari ships and every response from their modified defenses. It was like being able to see in all directions at once. The connection with Zara's mind was deeper than she had expected. She could feel the alien woman's thoughts and emotions as clearly as her own. Zara was amazed by how quickly Maya was learning to use the Andromedian technology. Most beings took years to master what Maya was accomplishing in minutes. Dr. Amanda Stone monitored their vital signs with growing concern. Both women's brain activity was far beyond normal levels. Their heart rates were dangerously high, and their neural patterns were synchronizing in ways that should have been impossible between different species. Their minds are merging, Amanda called to Captain Harper over the ship's communication system. I do not know if they will be able to separate their consciousnesses when this is over. On the bridge, Harper watched the tactical display with amazement and worry. The Chronari ships were firing everything they had at the human vessel, but none of their weapons were getting through the new shields. Instead, the energy was being absorbed and redirected back at the attackers. One of the Chronari ships was already showing damage from its own reflected weapons. The raiders were clearly confused and angry. They had never encountered defenses that could learn and adapt so quickly. In the medical bay, Maya and Zara worked together as if they were one person with two bodies. Maya's human engineering knowledge combined with Zara's advanced alien science to create something entirely new. They were not just defending their ships anymore. They were turning the human vessel into a weapon unlike anything that had ever existed. Through their shared consciousness, Maya experienced all of Zara's memories and emotions. She saw the destruction of Zara's home planet when their sun had collapsed into a black hole. She felt Zara's centuries of loneliness as she traveled through space, looking for a new home for her people. She experienced Zara's joy when they first discovered radio signals from Earth and realized they were not alone in the galaxy. But Maya also felt something else flowing from Zara's mind. Love and deep affection that was growing stronger every moment. They remained connected. Zara had not been lying when she said she felt a special bond with Maya. Through the neural link, Maya could feel how much the alien woman cared for her. Maya realized that her own feelings for Zara were much stronger than she had admitted to herself. The alien woman was beautiful and intelligent, but more than that, she understood Maya in ways that no one else ever had. Through their connected minds, Maya felt accepted and valued for exactly who she was. The battle around them was reaching a critical point. Two of the Chronari ships had been severely damaged by their own reflected weapons and were retreating. But the third and largest raider ship was still attacking with even more powerful weapons. Maya felt Zara's concern through their mental link. The alien woman was worried that the massive Chronari battleship might have weapons strong enough to overwhelm even their adaptive defenses. They needed to do something more dramatic to end the fight. Through their shared knowledge, Maya understood what was needed. They had to take control of the human ship's weapon systems and modify them using Andromedian technology. This would be dangerous because it required them to extend their neural link throughout the entire vessel. Dr. Amanda Stone saw the danger immediately. If you connect your minds to the ship's main computer, you might not be able to disconnect, she warned. You could become permanently integrated with the vessel's systems. Maya and Zara looked at each other through their mental connection. They both understood the risk, but they also knew it was the only way to save everyone on both ships. We have to try Maya, thought to Zara. Together, they reached out with their combined consciousness and touched the ship's central computer. Instantly, Maya felt her awareness expand throughout the entire vessel. She could sense every system, every corridor, and every person on the ship. It was overwhelming, but also incredibly powerful. Through the ship's sensors, Maya could perceive the Chronari battleship in perfect detail. She could see its weak points and understand exactly how its weapons and shields worked. Using Zara's knowledge, she began to modify the human ship's weapon systems. The changes were remarkable. The simple human laser cannons became something far more sophisticated. They now fired bursts of energy that could adapt and change in flight to penetrate any type of shield or armor. The weapons learned from each shot and became more effective with every attack. Captain Harper watched her ship transform into something that seemed almost alive. The weapons were firing with impossible accuracy, and the whole vessel was moving with grace that no human pilot could achieve. Maya and Zara were controlling everything through their neural link. The Chronari battleship tried to retreat when it realized what was happening. But Maya and Zara were faster and more intelligent than any computer the raiders had ever faced. They disabled the enemy ship's engines with precise shots that caused no permanent damage, but left the vessel helpless. Commander Jake Miller looked at the tactical display in amazement. "We have completely disabled all 3 Chronari ships," he reported. "They are no longer a threat, but they are still alive." Maya felt proud that they had won the battle without killing anyone. Even though the Chronari were dangerous raiders, she did not want to destroy them completely. Through Zara's memories, she had learned that most conflicts could be resolved without unnecessary death. But as the immediate danger passed, Maya began to realize how much the neural link had changed her. She could still feel Zara's thoughts and emotions as clearly as her own. More concerning, she could sense the ship's computer systems as if they were part of her body. The connection might be permanent, just as Dr. Amanda Stone had warned. Zara was experiencing the same thing. Her consciousness was now linked not just to Maya, but also to the human vessel and its crew. She could sense the thoughts and feelings of everyone on the ship. It was a level of connection that even her telepathic people rarely experienced. Dr. Amanda Stone ran more medical scans and confirmed their fears. The neural pathways in both women's brains had been permanently altered. They would always be able to sense each other's thoughts and emotions. They had also developed a connection to computer systems that would last for the rest of their lives. Maya felt strange about these changes, but not frightened. Having Zara's consciousness linked with her own felt natural and comforting. She no longer felt alone or different. She had someone who understood her completely and would always be with her in some way. Zara felt the same sense of completion. For centuries, she had traveled through space feeling isolated and lonely. Now she had found not just a companion, but someone who truly shared her thoughts and dreams. The neural link had given them something that few beings in the galaxy ever experienced. The Chronari ships were sending surrender signals. They wanted to negotiate rather than continue fighting. Captain Harper was relieved that the battle was over, but she was also concerned about what had happened to Maya and Zara. "Are you both all right?" Harper asked over the communication system. Maya and Zara answered together, their voices perfectly synchronized. "We are changed, but we are well. The connection has made us stronger and more complete. We do not regret what we have done." Harper shook her head in amazement. In one day, her ship had survived an attack by dangerous raiders and 2 of her crew. Members had undergone a transformation that would change their lives forever. She was not sure what to put in her official report about any of this. 3 weeks had passed since the battle with the Chronari raiders. Maya stood in the observation deck of the starship Endeavour, looking out at the most beautiful sight she had ever seen. Hundreds of crystal ships floated in space before them like a city made of light and stars. This was the Andromedian fleet, and it would soon become her new home. The neural link with Zara had stabilized into something wonderful and strange. Maya could always sense Zara's thoughts and emotions, but they remained 2 separate people. She no longer felt alone or different. Having Zara's consciousness connected to her own was like having a best friend who was always there to understand and support her. Zara joined Maya at the observation window. The alien woman moved with the same grace as always, but now Maya could feel her emotions directly. Zara was excited and nervous about bringing Maya to meet her people. She was also deeply happy in a way she had not been for centuries. Dr. Amanda Stone had studied their condition extensively over the past weeks. She discovered that the neural link had changed both women in remarkable ways. Maya now had a lifespan similar to Zara's people. She could expect to live for thousands of years. The connection had also enhanced her intelligence and given her abilities that no human had ever possessed. Zara had been changed too. Through her link with Maya, she had gained a better understanding of human emotions and creativity. Her own people were very logical and peaceful, but they sometimes lacked the passion and determination that made humans special. Now Zara carried some of that human fire within her own mind. Captain Lisa Harper approached them with official documents in her hands. The paperwork for Maya's transfer to the Joint Exploration Fleet had been approved by both human and Andromedian authorities. Maya would become the first human to serve permanently with the alien fleet. "I am going to miss you," Harper said to Maya. "You have been one of my best engineers and a good friend, but I understand why you need to go. This is a chance for you to explore parts of the galaxy that no human has ever seen." Maya hugged her captain. She would miss the Endeavor and its crew, but she knew this was the right choice. Through her connection with Zara, she had learned about wonders and mysteries that existed in the deep regions of space. She wanted to see those incredible places and help build bridges between different alien civilizations. Commander Jake Miller was less happy about Maya's departure. He had grown protective of her over the years and worried about her safety among aliens he did not fully trust. But even he could see how happy Maya had become since forming her bond with Zara. "Just promise me you will be careful," he said. "We still do not know everything about what that neural link has done to you. And we definitely do not know how other alien races will react to a human with telepathic abilities." Maya smiled and touched his shoulder gently. "I will be fine, Jake," she said. "I am not going alone. I will have Zara with me, and her people have accepted me as one of their own. Besides, you know that humans are good at adapting to new situations. Dr. Amanda Stone had her own concerns, but they were more scientific than personal. The neural link between Maya and Zara was unlike anything that had ever been documented. She wanted to continue studying their condition to understand how it might help future cooperation between humans and aliens. "Your brain scans show that you have developed new neural pathways that should not be possible," Amanda explained. "You can process information much faster than before, and your memory has improved dramatically. But we do not know what other changes might occur over time." Maya appreciated Amanda's concerns, but she was not worried. Through her link with Zara, she could sense that the changes were positive and stable. She felt more complete and capable than she ever had before. The transfer shuttle arrived to take Maya to the Andromedian fleet. As she gathered her few belongings, Maya realized how much. Her life had changed in just a few weeks. She had gone from being a lonely half-breed engineer to becoming part of something much larger and more important. Zara helped Maya carry her things to the shuttle. Through their mental connection, Maya could feel how proud Zara was to be bringing her home to the fleet. Zara's people had been amazed by the story of how a human woman had risked her life to save both species from the Chronari raiders. "The Andromedian High Council wants to meet you," Zara explained as they walked. "They have never encountered a being from another species who could form a neural bond with one of our people. They are very curious about what this might mean for future cooperation between our civilizations." Maya felt nervous about meeting the alien leaders, but Zara's presence in her mind gave her confidence. She knew that Zara would help her navigate the complex social structures of Andromedian society. The shuttle ride to the Crystal Fleet was short but magical. As they approached the alien ships, Maya could see that each vessel was a work of art, as well as a functional spacecraft. The ships were grown rather than built using techniques that combine technology with living crystal organisms. Zara's own ship was medium-sized compared to some of the massive city vessels in the fleet, but it was beautiful beyond anything Maya had imagined. The walls seemed to pulse gently with soft light, and the corridors were filled with gardens that provided both food and oxygen for the crew. Maya's quarters were next to Zara's, and had been prepared especially for a human occupant. The alien crew had studied human needs and created a space that would be comfortable while still maintaining the aesthetic beauty of their own culture. That evening, Zara took Maya to the ship's central garden for their first meal together aboard the Andromedian vessel. The garden was enormous with plants from dozens of different worlds. Some of the trees reached all the way to the ship's ceiling, and flowers bloomed in colors that had no names in human language. "When you first invited me to dinner, I thought you were just being polite," Maya said as they sat together surrounded by the alien plants. "I had no idea that I was accepting an invitation to change my entire life." Zara laughed with the musical sound that Maya had grown to love. "Neither did I," she replied. "I thought I was simply following our cultural customs for meeting a potential companion. I did not expect to find someone who would become so important to me so quickly." Maya looked around at the incredible beauty of her new home and felt Zara's contentment flowing through their mental link. For the first time in her life, she felt like she truly belonged somewhere. Her mixed heritage was not a source of loneliness anymore, but rather a bridge that allowed her to connect different peoples and cultures. The next morning brought Maya's first meeting with the Andromedian High Council. The council chamber was a vast space filled with representatives from all the different ships in the fleet. Maya had never seen so many aliens in one place, and the variety was overwhelming. The council leader was an ancient Andromedian whose skin had turned silver with age. She studied Maya with bright eyes that seemed to see everything. When she spoke, her voice carried the authority of centuries of experience. "Engineer Maya Collins," the council leader said formally, "we welcome you to our fleet and to our family. Your courage in battle and your successful bonding with our daughter Zara have shown us new possibilities for cooperation between our peoples." Maya stood straighter and tried to project confidence despite her nervousness. "I am honored to be here," she replied. "I hope I can help build stronger relationships between humans and Andromedians." The council session lasted for several hours as Maya answered questions about human culture and technology. The aliens were particularly interested in humanity's ability to adapt and cooperate with other species. They had observed that humans seemed to make friends with almost every alien race they encountered. When the formal meetings ended, Zara took Maya on a tour of the fleet's major vessels. They visited scientific research ships that studied phenomena like black holes and quantum storms. They saw agricultural ships that grew food for the entire fleet using advanced hydroponics and genetic engineering. Most impressive was the fleet's main city ship, which housed nearly 1 million Andromedians. The vessel was so large that it had its own weather systems and multiple artificial suns that provided light and energy for vast parks and residential areas. Maya realized that she was not just joining Zara's crew, but becoming part of an entire civilization that traveled through space. The Andromedians had been nomadic for thousands of years since the destruction of their home planet. They had learned to create mobile societies that could thrive anywhere in the galaxy. That night, as Maya and Zara sat together in their ship's observation lounge, Maya reflected on how much her life had changed. A month ago, she had been a lonely engineer on a human starship. Now she was part of an alien civilization and bonded for life with an incredible woman who understood her completely. "I never imagined that accepting a dinner invitation could lead to all this," Maya said as she watched the stars through the crystal windows. Zara smiled and took Maya's hand in two of her own. "Among my people, we have a saying," she replied. "The most important journeys begin with a single step taken in trust. When you accepted my invitation, you took that step. Everything that followed was simply the path revealing itself." Maya squeezed Zara's hands gently and felt the warm glow of their mental connection. She was ready for whatever adventures awaited them among the stars. She had found her home not in a place, but in the bond she shared.